So here we've got a brass shower valve where the homeowner has tried to get the set screw out of the handle. And what has happened is the set screw is just no longer able to come out. They've rounded it off by using either the wrong Allen key or the set screw had just so much corrosion buildup that it wasn't going to come out. So at this point they called me to see what I could do for them because the shower just wouldn't stop running and the cartridge needed to be replaced. However, you have to get the handle off to get the cartridge out. Now my first thought was to just grab a grinder and cut it off, but I don't want to create those sparks all through the new shower, or newer shower we'll say. It's a bad idea to put a grinder inside someone's home like that, unless you want to tent it off and all that nonsense. And also a Sawzall, I thought of that. However, I don't want to rattle all the plumbing in behind either. So my first thought was to just see if I could snap the handle off the cartridge, which I think would be the best bet. Now that brass in the cartridge is softer and malleable, so it will be able to snap. It just might take a little bit of work. I pulled the trim plate off, which slid over top of the handle, just so I could kind of get an idea of what kind of movement I was causing in behind on the shower valve. And I slid this escutcheon back just to see if I had access to the nut that locks in the cartridge. I knew I wouldn't be able to, but I thought I'd give it a try. So you can see here I'm just trying to tap it and pry it with a hammer just to see what I can do. A hammer's not the best for this. And at this point I decided what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab the handle and just maybe do what you should never do and hope that it would snap off. So I've got my channel locks on it and I'm just trying to turn it just to break that cartridge. There is, like I said, a brass piece that's on the end of the cartridge, and that's what I'm trying to break here. Now obviously I should have mentioned the water is shut off. Never try this without shutting the water off. You're going to get flooded. At least know where the water valve is if you are going to do it live. Don't do it live. Forget I said that. So you can see here I've broken the cartridge. However, I've only broken it internally and it still has a hold of the handle. So what I'll do is I'll just keep prying it in hopes that that brass will eventually break. Now I'm also trying not to do any damage in behind the wall at the same time, so I have to be careful how I'm prying. Obviously I don't want to get a big 3-foot pry bar in here and just start reefing on the plumbing. You're going to cause more damage than anything. So at this point I'm not getting frustrated. I'm getting a little concerned that it's just not working for me like I wanted it to. But the best thing to do is just keep working it, because if I can work it back and forth, that brass will start getting warm. And at that point, once it starts getting warm, it starts getting softer. The friction in it causes it to just soften up, and then eventually you should be able to just snap it. Now this obviously is kind of a worst case scenario. Typically you would be able to get that handle off with the set screw and Allen key. However, this has happened in the past to me and I have been able to do it before. And you can see here I'm just starting to get a little bit of movement out of it, and there it goes. So there is that piece of brass on the front of it, and that's actually what snapped off. So at this point I have access to the shower valve itself, and now I can start to rebuild it. So there is this lock nut that locks the cartridge in place, and it is on there fairly decently right now. Once you remove that lock nut, that's when you'll get access to this cartridge. And this house has a little bit of hard water, so that's probably the whole reason why the set screw was in the condition it was and why this shower valve, or cartridge I should say, has failed. So you can see typically you would be able to kind of grab these and just pull them out, but because of the hard water it's really in there. So what I'm going to try and do is get a flat screwdriver in there and just kind of get it moving. The key is to, with cartridges, is just see if you can get them moving. Don't try and just grab them and yank them out right away. There is something holding it, as far as some sort of mineral deposit that has kind of almost welded itself in there. But you can see here by those little triangle notches that line up to the valve, it is actually starting to move and come out. And you can see that back and forth action I'm trying to use there, just to try and get any movement out of it before I try and pull straight out. Now I've damaged this cartridge because of all the turning I did on the handle. So what I actually did was I destroyed the inside of the cartridge. So that should be a one-piece cartridge. It shouldn't come out in two pieces like that. However, because of all the torque and everything I was putting on it, it just broke apart. So now I have to try and get the other piece out, which actually wasn't too bad. And once I get this last piece out here, that's when I can start to rebuild. And I did get a new trim plate, and a new handle, and a new cartridge for this valve before I even started. I didn't want to leave them without any water to the house while I went and looked for a new one. And there it comes. So now the valve is completely empty. I checked the inside, take a look in there, just check for any mineral deposit or anything like that. It actually wasn't too bad inside. I was surprised. I was expecting to see much worse. And this is the new cartridge here. Now what I like to do, and I'll show it in a second here, but once I get this lock nut over top of the cartridge, which don't forget to lock that cartridge in place, or you'll be in a lot of trouble when you turn the water back on. But what I like to do with every shower valve is they have tempering on the front of them. And you'll see there's that little almost clear piece at the front. If you pull it straight out and move it to the left or the hot side, you'll max out the cartridge for how much water it can deliver on the hot side. So you'll get as much hot water as you can out of the valve. So there it is, lifted and turned over. So this one was pretty close to being maxed out. And now at this point I can start putting trim plates on and putting this thing back together. Now this trim plate does have a gasket on the back of it, so if you're curious about why there's no silicone or anything back there, so it's not going to hurt anything if you put a little bit of silicone. However, the plate, it has a gasket on it, so it's not necessarily needed to put silicone on it. So I'll put these set screws in. What I like to do is just get one kind of started, and then at that point I can put my sleeve over. The sleeve goes over top of the lock nut on the cartridge, and it just helps line everything up. You don't want to put these set screws in and then try and get the sleeve over. You'll end up just having to back them back out anyways. So there's the sleeve going over the lock nut. And it also has a gasket on the other side too, to stop any water from going back. So at this point I can lock everything in and get my set screws all the way into the trim plate. And don't over tighten these, whatever you do. If something doesn't look right, don't tighten harder. What it'll do is it'll actually dent the plate on the back, and you'll see it, and it's not repairable once you do it. So here's the new handle with the set screw and the proper Allen key for it. So once I get this handle on, it should be in the off position. I'm struggling a bit here. There we go. So you can see off on the trim plate. And then you just lock up that set screw and you're back in business. I hope this helped out. Make sure to like and subscribe. We don't make money off this, but hopefully someday we can. Thanks.